Fair use, fair use. And shalom, shalom. It's your brother Wab Rum. You're back with another lesson, Lord willing, to be edifying. I want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Waha, Rakak Wadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 men of the Lord you see on the highways and byways prophesying in the name of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, also in the correct doctrine. I want to send a shalom to the 1/3 men, women, and children that will escape the judgment of by Shem Yahushua by their faith. Just got another lesson I want to bring out. As everyone knows, the government is shut down and is not planning to open anytime soon. And I believe it won't open up again until the system is changed. And that's the NWO. Going into the financial switch or the financial shift to a digital currency, a digital society. So let's get right into these videos and hear some scriptures and Lord willing to be edifying.
I don't think it's going to reopen. I think we are seeing the dissolvification. You know what I mean? I know that's not the word. Our government is currently dissolving in front of our eyes. People are not getting paid. People are losing their government jobs. There's no incentive for him to open, for anyone on the red side to open the government right now. There's really no incentive. So I don't think they're going to do it. I would not be surprised if we go until Thanksgiving and we still don't have a government open, which means traveling for the holidays, TSA. Literally, I would not be surprised if just all flights are canceled and we are just grounded, like back in the COVID days. Like, that's where this is heading. This is historic, unprecedented times, and there is no sign whatsoever of any Republican challenging him or, like, they're not going back to their constituents right now. They're not having town halls. Like, our government is dissolving right in front of our eyes, and buckle up.
And I believe that too. With the so-called U.S. government, that's over with. It will be a new government, an NWO, which all nations will be under one authority. And that's what they're pretty much setting up. They're not going to come out and tell you that, you know what I'm saying? Because people will lose it. And that's the reason why nobody's losing it now, because they have the hope or the belief that it's coming back. And that's going to be doomed for a lot of our people, because they rejected this message that we've been bringing out through the Spirit of the Lord. And they truly are not ready or informed of the things that's coming down the pipe. So let's continue on with this video.
Let me let y'all know something, man. They not opening the government back up. To all of them employees that being laid off during this crisis, it's over with. They not opening the government back up. This been the plan the whole time, y'all. Make it make sense. I'm pretty sure by now y'all done seen them people in Houston at the airport, thousands of people at the airport, no employees there. TSA didn't show up because, you know, the government paid them. Look, it's over with. There is no government. That's the big secret. Y'all haven't caught on yet. Listen, man, they running a psyops on us every week to see if we gonna go for it. They running a psyops on us every week to see if we gonna go for what they putting down, y'all. Make it make sense. And guess what? People are going for it. They still going to work. They still paying taxes. Make it make sense. These billionaires could have been kicked the money in for snaps. For Snap. They could have been kicked down the money for Snap, y'all. Make it make sense. Y'all, it's over with. The way we was living, it's over with. If y'all don't understand that this is the time that we need to come together, it don't matter the color, it don't matter the race. None of that matters right now. It's over with. The government over with. Get in the comments and let me know what you think.
And he's right. It is over with. But coming together, that ain't going to matter, because this is prophecy. We're the end of this man's kingdom. And as these Edomites think, well, it's just people just getting EBT. Man, I've been explaining for these last couple of videos that it's more than EBT. That's just the linchpin that everyone can get behind, because the people that's receiving it, they're upset and you know, making videos, you know, going into it. And the people that don't receive it, they're getting into it because they feel like the poor don't need it. So you see the division that was made. But the thing is, all these banks are going under. These hospitals are going under. These people are going under because they're not receiving any checks. So we know that this is clearly it, man. Check this out.
The hospital system in America is about to collapse, just so you guys understand. I talk about my dad on here sometimes. He's an ER doctor. He does traveling work, so contract work with different hospitals across the country in many, many different states. He's licensed. And in the last 4 months, 3 of the hospitals that he does contract work at have closed or downsized their staffing completely to the point where they basically can't see any patients. Yeah, it's bad out there. It's really bad. These hospitals got their funding cut in the big beautiful bill, and people don't really understand what that means. But what it means in real life for you is that your local hospital is suffering financially, and it's either going to close or it's going to downsize its staffing, which means you will very shortly here hardly ever be able to see a doctor. You will have to see a nurse practitioner or a PA. But for things that are more specialized, it will be very hard to see a doctor just simply because healthcare has become a business. And it's not about healthcare, it's about sick care, right? So it's happening. It's happening on the ground right now. I can tell you from my own family's experience. It's going to get really, really bad very quickly.
So you see, Jacob's trouble is here, and people think, well, the government shut down. It's pretty much they just think it's EBT. That's the trick bag, man. Because all these different, because basically America is a corporation, and all these corporations are ran and pretty much have a connection to the government, man. And see what they're doing, they're switching over to the new system, man. Everything is going digital, but they have to tear this one down to bring in a new one. Just like the kingdom of heaven has to destroy this one before the new one can come in. And continuing on with these videos, check this out.
Breaking news, as of now, 22 states are in an official recession. This means that for a vast portion of Americans, we are facing economic hardship. So don't let economists and Fox News reporters tell you we're fine, we're not in a recession, because we are, and we have the data to prove it. Recession is often characterized by lack of job opportunities as well as persistent economic hardship lasting more than a few months. Current estimates suggest that 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Many people are struggling to put food on the table each day. States currently in or on the brink of recession include Oregon, Georgia, and Illinois, where I currently live. There has been a significant decline in economic activity in these states that has lasted for more than a few months. The craziest thing is that the District of Columbia, or DC, the capital of the country, is one of the territories that's hit the hardest right now. But why? Largely because of Trump's economic plan and the tariffs. So many politicians are lying to us right now by saying that our economy is the greatest in the world, especially those on the right. And I want you to know right now that no, you're not crazy. Yes, the economy is worse. Yes, it is harder to get a job. And yes, it is because of the person who is in office right now, as well as various other factors. Crazy, and we're only 1 year into his presidency.
As you've seen, 22 states are going into recession. But DT will come on and say, we got the best economy, have the strongest economy. Tariffs are bringing in so much money. That's to show you he was the linchpin to cripple this country, man. Babylon the Great. He is the last one, man. 47, which we know 7 is completion. Now this is the nail in the coffin right here. This video.
You are being distracted. Listen closely. This whole government shutdown is a big distraction on what's going on behind closed doors. It's extending to another month. They're stating November 28th is going to be the deadline, and that's when things are going to go back to normal. It's a coincidence how the exact same moment while the government shutdown is going on, the U.S.-China trade deal is going on, JP Morgan, BlackRock, and the Federal Reserve just laid out their game plan on the reset that's going on, the financial reset, and cryptocurrency is going to be the front runner for this. Jamie Dimon, the CEO for this major bank institution that's worth $4 trillion, says that Bitcoin, crypto, and stablecoins are real and will be used by all banks. Christopher Whaler, the governor of the Federal Reserve, exposed last week or revealed at the Payment Innovation Conference, which was hosted by them, cryptocurrency will be looked into. They're talking about integrating this technology into their payment network. Don't get me started with this, man. Larry Fink, CEO of BlackRock, basically stating that the reset is officially here. Crypto adoption is not stopping, and I'm telling you, everything is going digital. Do not be distracted by this whole government shutdown, the US trade deal. It's all a big distraction because the reset's happening and they want you to be asleep. Make sure to share this information with as many people as possible.
Now, people will run out and say, I'm going to get crypto, I'm going to get crypto. Your crypto is not going to matter in their system, man. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of, oh, man, I'm going to get crypto, I'm going to get this and get that. It ain't going to matter because your crypto is not a part of their system, man. And they might say it is, but it's not, man. They're going to be able to control the system, not you. And we know that this is the Edomites, man. We start with the apostles and elders, a great millstone on down. They blessed us. They pretty much blessed us with the scriptures, the understanding of the scriptures, and now we know for a fact this is it, man. What they've been bringing out and teaching us was undoubtedly the truth, man, through the scriptures. And we've been blessed to understand by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, giving us leaders and teachers to teach us the correct breakdown of these scriptures, man. And this is beautiful. And I'm going to start here in verse 4. And it says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus say Yahweh Bashem Yahushua of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh Bashem Yahushua have indignation forever. Now, I went to ChatGPT and put in Malachi 4:1. I mean, not 4:1, but 1 in verse 4. And you see the breakdown meanings. It says, Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. The descendants of Edom, Esau, after being brought low, declared their intent to rebuild and restore their power and cities. And we know that Esau was taken down for 1,000 years. You can read about that in Revelation 20. And this is, matter of fact, let me run to that real quick. After that 1,000 years, this is what they done. Going back to the Greek, Roman empires, and this is Rome all over again. That's already in Revelation 20, Salakia. In Revelation 20, this is Revelation 20, verse 3. It says, and cast him into the bottomless pit, and shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that he must be loose for a little season. And this is the little season Esau was given to build up the desolate places, man. His ruins. Now going back to ChatGPT, and it pretty much explains it to the T. Now this is the little season he's been loosed to build the cities, man, and which we know the great city that he's built was Babylon the Great, mystery Babylon the Great. It says this shows the pride and defiance against power's judgment. See that? This is the defiance against power judgment, and it tells you that the Lord says, I will throw down, right here. Saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushua hosts, it's like they shall build, but I will throw down. See that? He wants to come against the Lord, man, to the point that he's going to fight against Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and the angels. The continue on in the breakdown is breaking it down plain. It says, thus said Yahweh Bashem Yahushua hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. Power declares that no matter how much Edom tries to rebuild or regain strength, he will continually destroy their efforts. It symbolizes divine opposition to Edom's pride. And who is in office, man? How prideful is this guy? He is the epitome of pride, man. It says, they shall call them the border of wickedness. The land of Edom will be known as a place of wickedness. And what is Babylon the Great? The land of Uz in Isaiah 34. We know that this man is the wicked. It says, a territory defined by evil deeds and rebellion against power. And we know about the alphabet community and all the witchcraft and the sacrifices. Man, come on, man. This is explaining it to the T. It says, and the people against whom Yahweh Shem Yahushua have indignation forever. This means power has a perpetual hatred or indignation toward Edom. They won't be saved. Symbolically represent a nation of people or eternally opposed to Israel and power's covenant. I mean, that right there, that right, I can end the lesson just with that. But we know that this nation that he rebuilt is a nation that we're in now, Babylon the Great. And this is always the judgment was always placed upon Edom, man, from generation to generation, man. And the Amalekites are in rulership now. And the scriptures tell you that the Lord said he would have indignation with them for generation to generation, which they are Edom. And they are in control and rule Babylon the Great, man. Now, this is Jeremiah 49, and I'm going to drop down to verse 17 just to paint the picture of this man being in power at the end of the world, man. And this is his world, man. This is Jeremiah 49, verse 17. It says, also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah. See that this place is the land of wickedness, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah. And everyone should know what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah and the reason why the Lord brought judgment on those Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof. Everyone should know this now, man. It says, thus say Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, no man shall abide there, neither shall the Son of Man dwell in it. Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan against the inhabitants of the strong. But I will suddenly make him a runaway from her, and who is a chosen man that I may appoint over her? For who is like me? And who will I appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Therefore, hear the counsel of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua that he hath taken against Edom. See that? This is the counsel the Lord took against Edom. And his purpose that he had purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make her habitations desolate with them. And it's talking about Edom, man. The Amalekites are going to draw everyone into war. But we know that this man, Edom, symbolized the whole nation of Esau, the Edomites. And the Lord's purpose is against him to leave it desolate, man. It says the earth is moved at the noise of her fall. And what's going to make her fall? Intercontinental ballistic. You can finish the rest. It says, at the cry of the noise thereof was heard in the river, in the Red Sea. Behold, so we know that our land is going to be utterly wasted, and this land is going to be utterly wasted too, man. 200 million is going to hit this place, man. And that's why it's going to be heard from all over the globe, man. It's going to be heard all over the globe, man. Verse 22, it says, behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle and spread his wings over Basra, symbolizing Edom, Esau, the land, the capital of Mount Seir. It says, and at that day shall the heart of the mighty man of Edom be as the heart of women in prayings. So they're going to be terrified because this is their judgment, man. Because the judgment is coming upon him, coming upon this man, is from the Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and from his own enemies, man, using intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. So this is nothing that just is going to happen by a coincidence. No, this is all planned, man. The Lord had this place slated for judgment. And this is how this man is going out, man. Because the Lord is returning, man, if you believe it or not. And a lot of people, even Christians, don't believe the Lord is returning, man, because they can't see that this is the hand of the Lord working against this place, man. This is Isaiah 47 and verse 1. It says, come down, sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. And that's what we're going to be speaking about, man. The virgin daughter of Babylon, never been touched. No war has hit this by another nation, hit this country by another nation. It says, sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldees. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. So this place is not going to be looked at as the shit now. It ain't looked at as that tender and delicate, the most precious place on earth. It's not looked at that way anymore. It says, take the millstone and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. So this place is being stripped of all the innocence it once had, man. No one knew about the kids and all the wickedness is going on. You know, I don't want to explain everything because algorithm will cut your video, but you know now, man. We even hear we was in this land, we never knew about the wickedness that was going on. So just imagine all the other nations seeing it for what it really is, man, as we see it. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. And this is Yahweh Shai, man. Telling you that this is how he's coming, man. He's not coming like as a regular man, man. He's coming as an angelical power, man. As for our Redeemer, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. See that? The Holy One of Israel. The Lord is not going to give this man any more chances to rule, man. When it's time, the Lord Yahweh gives Yahweh Shai the go ahead to come and take this man out of power, he will not get another chance, man. To rule. It's it. Ball game. And we see that this is being put in place for his downfall, man. DT was put in place for him to bring down the system. But see, they think they're going to rule after the system goes down, and the Lord is going to, it's going to be a gut punch. Because they're going to crash it, and they're going to think they're going to build it back up, which we just read in Malachi. He's tearing it down. He's tearing it down. He thinks he's going to he's going to rebuild it again, man. This is it, man. This is Revelation 17 and verse 1. It says, and there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit unto the wilderness. See, John seen this already, man. And see, we're living through what John was seeing. It says, and he saw a woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of the names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed with purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and precious pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of the abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And so, some people go into, you know, how the Statue of Liberty had a golden was it scepter or something in her hand. But continuing on, it said, verse 5, it says, and upon her forehead was the name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and the abomination of the earth. See, this is the abomination of the earth, man. It says, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh Shai. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. So I went into this. I looked this up as well in ChatGPT. And this is Malachi. I should. This for the second time, man. You can always go and look this up. But I just put in I'm to hit the point on this. Put in the Revelation 17 and verse 4. And you see it says, upon her forehead was the name written. In ancient times, harlots were sometimes marked or adorned to display who they were. And this is what symbolizes, this is what's on the forehead of Babylon the Great. It says, Here, the woman in Revelation 17 has her identity clearly shown. There is no hiding her nature or role. And this is clearly showing you this is Babylon the Great, man. It says the word mystery suggests something deeper than literal Babylon. See that? We know that ain't the old Babylon. Mystery symbolizes it's another name, a symbolic name. It says Babylon the Great represents a spiritual or political power. See that? A spiritual or political power. They running the earth, man. And we know who is in control of this, man. It says that carries on the idolatry, corruption, and rebellion of ancient Babylon. See that? They carrying on the ancient ways of all the nations, man. It says it stands for a world system. See that? They're crashing the system, man. This is why the government is not open. They're crashing the system. They're bringing in another world system. Man, this is plain, man. It says religious, economic, and political, and this is what they're doing, man. They got the one world religion. Now they're going to have a one world economic system, which is a digital society, and the political system, which is going to be a one NWO, man. Man, this says that opposes God and deceives the nations, and that's what's happening, man. These nations are giving in to this man's system, man. And the list of nations go on and on and on, man. And it breaks down the mother of harlots. It says she is called the mother because she gives birth to or influences other false religions, corrupt systems, and idolatrous nations. And this is why this place, all the nations look up to this place. This is the mother. And we know Britain is the mother of Babylon the Great, which this place stretches out far past that, man. Because all the nations look up to this place, man. And they seek this place for financial assistance, military might. And like I said, the list goes on and on, man. It says it implies that all spiritual fornication, false worship, alliances with worldly powers stems from her influence. See that? All this stems from her influence, man. This place is the mother of all wickednesses in the earth. Right here, bullet point right here. And abominations of the earth. This points to her being the source or promoter of idolatry, moral corruption, and spiritual wickedness across the earth. Whew. Man. And I will hit this part right here. Many interpret Mystery Babylon as a spiritual power rooted in ancient Babylon rebellion against God. Revelations 11 goes into the Tower of Babel, man. This place is a Tower of Babel to the 10th power, or however you want to look at it, man. It's beyond understanding now. This is just, like I said, it's only for the household of faith because we only know that the elect are going to understand this, man. It says a false religious system. And see, this is what the world is. That's why North Korea and all these other places, China, don't want you to have Bibles because this religion that they pushed all over the globe symbolized the so-called white man in power and ruling and a God over everyone on the earth, man. This is the reason why North Korea and different nations, they don't allow the Bible in their country, man. Because they have the so-called white man as the ruler and God of all the world, man. And it all stems from Babylon the Great, man, which we know it goes back into history past this place, but this is right now, this is the power of the whole globe, man. It says a false religious system that merges with worldly authority. See that? If you see them as God, you're gonna see that you're gonna believe that they are in authority over everything. And that's the reason why like I said, these other nations don't believe in the Bible, man. And also like North Korea, they won't let their people read the Bible and have a Bible. And, it's other nations that the same exact way. Because they see that this man's system, false religious system, it goes throughout the whole entire world, man. The last one, it says, in prophecy, sometimes associated with Rome. See that? This is Rome 2.0, man. Or a global system of depiction in the last days. Man, this ChatGPT, man, is on fire, man. It's on fire, man. You can't make this up, man. It broke it down to the T. This is Revelation 16. I'm going to drop down to verse, I'm just start at verse 15. It says, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. And that's for the elect, man. We got to continue to stay diligent, man, in this faith. Because we seeing and watching everything that's going on. We can put the scriptures to everything that's going on in the earth, man. Verse 16, it says, and he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. And that's why these videos can constantly go up, and brothers make lessons on the videos we see, because this is all prophecy, man. Verse 17, it says, and the seventh angel poured out his vial in the air, and there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne saying, it is done. See that? It is done. So we know through the Spirit, this place is finished, man. It says, and there were voices of thunders and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake, such as was not since men were upon the earth, man. See, what's going to make the earthquake so great that it's not been an earthquake since anybody was on the earth, man? Intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Nukes, they coded them. It says, and the great city was divided into three parts, and the cities of the nations fell, and great Babylon came into remembrance before power. See, the Lord has this place already slated for judgment, man. And he hasn't forgot about it. He just set this up for last, man. It says, to give unto her the cup of the wine of his fierceness of his wrath, of the fierceness of his wrath. It says, and every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. And what's going to make the mountains fled away, man? And the islands move out of their place. Man, these intercontinental ballistic. It says, and there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven. And see that? Every stone about the weight of a talent. It's telling you through his missiles, man. This is coded for us to understand, man. Only for the elect, the household of faith, to understand what it's speaking about. And man blasphemed power because of the plagues of the hail, for the plagues thereof was exceeding great. See that these missiles going to be exceeding great, man. And they don't know that the technology the Lord placed them, gave them, Esau, Edom. They don't know how powerful these missiles are going to really be, man. They don't know what the devastation is really going to bring, man. They don't understand the power that it has, man. That's why they test them. They don't know. They test them to see, and they have controlled testing. They don't really know the power of these missiles, man. In NLT, New Living Translation, it says, there was a terrible hailstone and hailstorm and hailstones weighing as much as 75 pounds fell from the sky onto the people below. They cursed power because of the terrible plague of the hailstorm. And it's going to be a hailstorm, man. Because it's going to be a hail on Babylon, in Babylon the Great, man, the lake of fire, man. Good News Translation, it says, huge hailstones, each weighing as much as 100 pounds, fell from the sky on people who cursed power on account of the plagues of hail, because it was such a terrible plague. And these missiles are a plague, man. These missiles are a plague. And we know that these, it's going to be weighing more than that. But they describe to you what they seen, man. And John the Revelator described to you what he's seen. But we know that the power of these missiles, man, It's going to make mountains flee away and islands flee away. And we know that just alone, Russia just tested a damn not only King James, a Poseidon missile that shot from a torpedo type missile that can bring tsunami waves. This is Revelation 18 in verse 16. It says, "And saying, at last, that great city that was clothed with fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls." We just explained in Babylon the Great, man. We just read it in Revelation 17. It says, "For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught." See that? This place is rich, man. All the riches is going to come to nothing in 1 hour. And every shipmaster and all the company of ships, it's like all the company in ships and sailors, and as much as trade by sea, stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, "What city is like unto her?" It's like it was saying, "What city is like unto this great city?" And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, at last, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate, man. So the Lord built this place up to tear it down again, man. He gave Esau a short time to rule and to bring his kingdom back up, for the Lord to bring it down again, man, forever this time. So Lord, when was that if I'm in it there? Shalom, shalom.